right, what is this? What does this freaking guy have here? 663, and that's not as bad as I thought, really. Good God,
Dude,
that is acceptable.
Dude, no, I need those.
You need 15 Terminus Horizons.
Yes, I need the term. Okay,
Sorry,
okay.
sorry. Excuse me. 18
Just
Terminus Horizons.
Move over. We'll go through this. We'll go through the whole thing together.
Give me my chair.
Fine.
Sit into that one.
Okay. All right. Where do you want to start?
Where do you want to start? It's your vault.
Okay. Let's start at. You don't like the Terminus Horizons? Let's talk about. Okay,
I mean,
listen.
look, these are brand new, so I totally get just literally cramming them all into your vault and then dealing with it later.
Yeah, that's basically what I've been doing.
Okay, so then let's go back a couple of pages.
Okay.
We're still early in the video, so I'm gonna not swear.
Okay.
What is this? Better question. Do you use a Lotus Eater actively?
No, but it could be good. It has applications. Is the
There
thing.
we go with the it could be good.
The beacon rounds is like, okay, here's my number one problem with these weapons, honestly, genuinely, is that this can have two different perks, and I can't see what the two perks are when I hover over it, so
Totally fair.
I don't want to inspect them,
that
so I
is
just
totally
chuck them in
fair.
the vault.
Yeah.
So this one's like, I see destabilizing rounds, I'm like, okay, things can be good with destabilizing rounds,
Yeah.
and beacon round sucks, but it could have like reconstruction, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
And then it's like,
But both perks don't need to be good. Just like you just need one to be good.
no, right, exactly. That is true. But then, so like, okay, I'm like, okay, reconstruction, destabilizing rounds, cool. But then it's like, okay, how many do I have with recon and destabilizing rounds, and which one has the best mag, and which one is the best? What's the best mag? Oh wait, I feel like I always like tactical.
Okay. So this is looking like one that is good.
This is looking
For
pretty
you?
good. Yeah,
Question mark?
honestly, yeah, that is true. So I guess I just scrap all the other.
Well, I mean, like, take a look and, make sure it's some stuff that you want to get
I
rid
like
of.
it. I mean, I like the handling.
Okay, so let's look at some other stuff. Okay, repulsor
Okay.
destabilizing.
That's good.
I have my qualms with this particular combo, even in spite of the buffs.
What are your qualms with it?
It's because to activate, I need to stop playing with this. To activate repulsor brace, you need to like kill a target that has the debuff volatile on the target, but the target needs to die with volatile still active on it in order for it to proc repulsor brace.
Oh.
Which is just like, because I remember testing this because it'd be like, oh, this perk's combination's like great now, right? So it just doesn't have that like same fluidity as like some other things that I wanted.
You don't really have like control over whether or not it procs.
It feels like too specific, yeah.
Okay.
But like it's still like good, and like you'll still get it to proc, but it's not as like smooth of a thing as just like you have these two perks, great, you just have infinite overshields forever.
You're not proccing repulsor brace every single time.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I don't like that actually.
Now-
I didn't really know that.
Well, now here's the thing: is if you're playing with a class that can distribute those debuffs a little bit more regularly, like if you're on like a Childly Old Gods Warlock, bro, repulsor brace is literally proccing on every single kill that you do because you're just siphoning everything with the child.
So we'll get one of them. I don't know if I like the extended mag on it. I kind of
You
want
have a
one.
lot of dupes as well. Like I just saw Beacon.
Probably, yeah. Let's get rid of all the ones that don't have destabilizing rounds or.
Okay.
Is there anything like? Is there a one for all angle? I think maybe.
I
like
mean,
one for all.
I'm probably the biggest one for all homer of the entire Destiny community.
I like one for all. I think it's really good.
One for all is like a goated perk.
It's like 35%, right?
It's 35% for like just hitting some enemies.
And it's like, yeah, it's super
For
easy to
hitting
proc.
3 enemies. It's so easy
Yeah.
to proc. And so I think it's like one of the greatest perks in the game.
So
like,
but
like
with repulsor brace, kind of.
with repulsor brace, you would need to be on some kind of a build that has easy access to some other kind of avoid debuff,
Yeah.
and then this could go kind of crazy.
Yeah, so I don't hate the strategist on it either that much. I kind of want something else though.
Like you had like
Okay,
18
clearly I'm vibing with this one. So anything else with repulsor destabilizing, we can get rid of.
Okay. Again with the beacon destabilizing.
Yeah. Adrenaline can go.
Yeah, another one of these.
Another. There's
Another
a
recon one for all. Oh no,
no,
sorry,
no,
not
no.
another
That's
one.
our first recon one for all.
Okay. Yeah, this is just like it doesn't lean into any of the void stuff, but it's just kind of like a workhorse, and sometimes that's good enough.
I think Withering Gaze sucks. What do you think about Withering Gaze?
I want to like it more, but there's just so many ways to get weaken onto a target that
Yeah.
like if you just specialize into weaken a little bit, you can weaken everything without having to care about anything at all.
This one's kind of... This is like a bit of a better version of the other one that I had, I think.
I mean, that one's got repulsor on it, so you can flex.
Ooh.
So another question that I usually ask that I didn't ask at the beginning, what are you trying to do? Like, how much are you trying to decimate your vault?
No, let's get to like 550?
550.
I think that's winnable, right?
Okay.
There's some areas where like we're just gonna have a lot of vault space. Exotic class items is gonna be a big one. Like, dude, I know most of them are trash, but what am I supposed to do? You never
get rid of them. That's what you're supposed to do. Just get rid of them.
No, but listen. You never know what they're gonna buff or when they're gonna buff it. I know. That's always the cope. But these things are annoying to get, especially if you need like you're not crying right now.
You masterworked all of these as well.
Yeah, because I do not use
like a quarter of
I
these.
do Grandmaster Nightfall carries, and they're like a bank for the 30 Ascendant shards.
No, I'm not doing the bank stuff again. I had this conversation with Sweat. If you are in a position to burn 3 to get 1 back, you don't need to hoard golf balls.
But the reason it happens like this though is because I don't get any golf balls whatsoever in any capacity at the beginning of seasons or episodes.
Yeah, nobody does.
Right.
Okay.
And then like when Grandmaster Nightfalls drop, I get them.
And then you're loaded.
Yeah. But then I only have 30.
Okay, and you're using all 30 in like the span of 3 weeks?
I don't know. I could.
You're coming to me with, I need to free up vault space, and you're like, what's the problem with me using all my vault space? I'm just trying to use my vault space here over here, guy.
Okay. I'm not the one who had to make an apology video about telling people to leave.
Well, you're not the one who got 500,000 views from it, so...
Bungie said that in Renegades...
we're not even at we're past what's coming. We're past what's not even come out yet. We're on to the next.
Can I finish my sentence?
This is like your typical Wall Street. Not even looking at our revenue, our earnings.
I got halfway.
No, we're on to the next quarter already.
I got halfway through the sentence.
Continue.
I don't want to say so. They said in Renegades that we're not necessarily getting, they didn't say that we're getting more vault space, but they're adding like quality of life features to help with vault management. And I just have this theory that one of those features is going to be something along the lines of like exotic class item space consolidation. I get that most of these are butt, because a lot of the combinations are butt. You pretty much just need like the inmost light roll for each class plus whatever the best pairing is for that particular. You need the inmost Synthos for Titan, you need the inmost Surturachne for Hunter, and you need the inmost Verity for Warlock, and then like a couple other ones.
That's being generous to Warlock, because Warlock honestly does not need anything.
You got this over here.
Yeah, but I'm not the one calling you about, the vault space in my office. What do I get rid of? What's on the last page? If it's more class, it's 50 masterworked hunter cloaks. I don't even care about this. I'm probably the worst when it comes to the garbage. I don't care about this.
No. We've had that conversation.
I like
dude,
having the garbage.
I have like
50.
I have like 59 of the possible 64 rolls. I've almost 100%ed it. I almost have a master set of the Hunter Exotic Cloaks.
Oh my god. What, are you going to sell them on eBay later? Master set of Hunter Exotic class items.
That's against terms of service.
Buy my account.
Although I would be curious as to what the offers would be. What do you think?
I have a video coming soon that kind of goes over some eBay stuff, and someone asked me, like, how much do you think you could get for your account? I was like, I have no idea. I really have no idea. What do you value it on? Is it like the emblems you got? Is it all your accolades? Because I got all titles.
Yeah.
I got a lot of rare emblems.
You have like literally every single day one raid emblem. Oh, is there a certain one you don't have? Which one? You're missing a day one raid emblem?
I am missing a day one raid emblem. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you another thing as well.
Yeah.
I am currently on board the Purge almost all legendary armor train.
So that's something I definitely wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Because stat rework, in conjunction with armor tiering system, Do we have any idea at the current moment, like, how things are going to convert?
No.
No clue.
I'm guessing, like intellect will get turned into like, what are they calling it? Super.
Yeah, so it's you think it's just gonna be like whatever, like each stat's gonna convert into
grenade's gonna go to grenade, melee's gonna go to melee, and intellect probably go to super. And then like the class stats, I think there's some like rough equivalent to like what they will end up being. So like they're doing some conversions. I don't know exactly what it's gonna look like.
Do we know I think we know the order. I guess we don't necessarily know that they're gonna be like in line though, right?
Yeah, no,
they could flop. They'll probably will flop them.
If we took like 20 minutes to go look at the reveal stream or whatever, we could probably try to line it up. But like, point is, like, we're gonna get set bonuses. We're gonna get essentially armor 3.0.
Oh, set bonuses is a really good point. These are, for all intents and purposes, basically getting like pseudo sunset because none of
soft set, so,
none of these have set bonuses. Eventually, we're gonna get the ones that do have set bonuses, and when we do have the ones that have set bonuses, why would we ever use anything that doesn't have set
Not that
bonuses?
I'm anticipating set bonuses to be like, you do 50% more damage to whatever.
Right.
But like having set bonuses is gonna be better than not having them at all. Probably. Me in particular, like. Yeah, I see these helmets. You did some Keitel farming.
Yeah.
Like 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, they're all 1900.
1900.
So it's like not only am I not using them right now, but they're also going to be even... And this doesn't mean delete every single piece of legendary armor.
Right. I've been telling people, like, keep sets that you're actively using right now. Bring some sets into the new thing. But, like, if
you have a masterwork piece of armor that's, like, not 1900, clearly you've been using it, at some point...
Keep it.
Hang on to it.
I'm
Keep
not
doing
gonna,
your
like,
thing.
Get rid of it. But like,
clearly, I have not touched any of these.
There's so many pieces of armor, and I had the same problem where I farmed for armor like 2.5, 3 years ago, however long ago it was, to farm up a bunch of artifice armor so that I would never have to grind armor ever again. And now they're giving us a reason to actually participate in the armor experience again.
Which is good.
So for me, I'm like, I'm going to get rid of all this stuff that I haven't used. I'm going to free up some space because I'm going to make new armor sets. I'm going to interact with Armor 3.0. And I want to actually feel like I'm engaging with the system versus like just trying to pick out more stuff from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, get rid of this crap. I'll bring in my, my 6 armor sets across all 3 of my characters into the next thing, and then otherwise I'm getting new stuff. I am getting new stuff. I'm okay with purging this and getting some new stuff.
That's a good point I didn't consider. Like, obviously they'll convert to a certain degree with the, I mean, their stats. Yeah, their stats are going to have to convert to a certain degree, but like, I didn't consider the stat bonuses one as strongly until you brought it up, because there's a difference between the stat conversion and the tiering system as well, because they're like two new different things, right? So I don't know what tier this armor is going to end up converting into, but like, as we play the game, we're very quickly going to how do I phrase this, the time frame of like what's going to happen first between we get higher tier pieces of armor that outclass even our current top #1 best legendary armor pieces. That's going to happen far before we ever incorporate anything that's currently sitting in our vault into any build.
Yeah, like, so it's I think some armor in our vaults like might be converted pretty nicely at the start.
Yeah.
But like as time goes on, I think
it's like a week one situation.
You will leave that stuff behind this is what I think is gonna happen. Is that you will leave that stuff behind in a very similar way that you eventually left Armor 1.0 behind. Because it's just we're gonna move on. We are just gonna move on to the new system and the new everything, and I want a reason to farm armor.
It's honestly probably going to play like a situation where at the beginning of every expansion, we're just churning through blue pieces of gear and equipping it, so we're up at the highest power. Like, our old Armor 2.0 legendary stuff is honestly basically going to be blue gear for the first couple weeks of an expansion as we get the stuff that has set bonuses and get the stuff that's just a higher tier.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like delete your exotics either, because Bungie I think has said like we're gonna convert them in a way that's like a little more friendly, so you're not gonna have to refarm every single exotic.
And exotics aren't gonna have set bonuses anyway, so they don't get automatically outclassed in the same way that legendary stuff is going to be.
But I do think, if you get like a natural exotic armor drop, I would hope that would be maybe like a click better,
like automatically,
like a small click better, or like slightly better distributed or more normally distributed, so that way like your old stuff stays relatively relevant to the point where you can still wear it. But if you do get a new one,
You're hype about it.
it'll still feel like some kind of an upgrade.
Feel good,
That's what
yeah.
I'm hoping for.
Cool.
We'll see.
So we've churned a lot of armor then, which is good.
That was like almost 50 slots
I got like 50 right there, which is great. And still even like a lot more stuff I can do. I mean, honestly, like I just didn't do some of these because they're masterworks, but like there's
like
really
anything that's 1900 I think should be at the very least thought of as being on the chopping block.
Yeah. That's 1965, 68, 71, so it's like, no, I haven't used them as recently, but like, clearly they're there for some reason. Maybe I've used them for PvP once or twice, but like,
it's
point
just
still
like,
stands.
make sure they're not in an active build, and if they're not, get rid of it. So like, just like that, I think so many people can free up. I think I freed up like probably around 70 slots myself, just purging armor that never even found its way into a build in the first place. Like,
and even
I pre-masterworked it. Is that what was it? Go back. Go back.
What?
Not that one. No. Deprecated perk. Deprecated.
They're rare. It's a collector's item.
No, the stuff that you have on the last page, those are collector's items.
That is true, dude.
This is ass.
This last page is kind of nice, though, no?
Dude, I have a full page. It's like almost 50 slots.
That's OGs
of this garbage.
Those are OG right there.
Dude, I got almost everything, man. I kept so much garbage, but I don't care because I don't have a vault space problem.
I got 106 of them. Not to brag.
I don't remember how many I have. We can look it up later.
Okay. I have 106.
Do you want me to check? Terminus Horizon.
Yeah.
We might as well just hack through this now.
Scrap the unadept ones. This is a situation where it's like, okay,
what's crazy is like those three were actually pretty goddamn good. I'm proud of you, but I was like, damn, those are.
Yeah, but like,
kind of good.
What are the?
I know they're not adept. They're not shiny base.
Surely I have those same rolls in here. What do you think about Rolling Storm?
I want to like it more. I think like on machine guns, I like it a little bit more because it's really easy to just like rip a whole bunch of final blows on some dinky enemies super fast.
That is true. I just feel like I'd always rather have like jolting feedback or volt shot instead.
Jolting feedback is so nice. Like jolt is really nice, but like I think right now Rolling Storm is just getting a little more value because bolt charge this episode is just so insane
with the defibrillating blast.
It's like it's berserk.
You're invincible with enough bolt charge.
Yeah,
because
like
of defibrillating.
You'll just go absolutely crazy. So when the artifact is gone and bolt charge isn't as insane, then Rolling Storm won't feel as valuable as a result, and you'll go back to jolting feedback. But like on something like this, to have the option, I would take having the option. I'm just not completely sold on it on like primaries or even like specials just yet. But yeah, like this thing's nice.
Yeah. Although I think I have this is an exact same version, right? Reconstruction jolting feedback. I can have reconstruction jolting feedback here. So.
Oh, I mean, this arsenal was pretty nice on the other one.
Yeah.
I'm not a triple tap, or I'm not a target lock enjoyer on machine guns anymore.
We'll get rid of that. I have this exact same combo on the previous one. I mean, might have doubles, but that's bad.
Target lock, nay.
Get rid of that.
Demo target, nay. Yeah, percent. What am I DPSing? Could be like a reconstruction killing tally angle, maybe. Yeah, I mean that's definitely one that I think people should chase after if they don't have something like that. Just like it's nice to have like a workhorse. Like my commemoration, for example, is just recon killing tally. It's just a workhorse.
I don't hate this idea either of like a demolitionist killing tally. Because I can throw my grenade to...
Yeah, it kind of serves the same purpose. You just have to be, more aware of the fact that, like, you can reload with a grenade throw.
I wonder...
Sometimes people forget.
Do you think that it says kills increase this weapon's damage until it's stowed or reloaded?
Yeah.
Does that count as reloading it?
I don't think it does. I think reloaded counts as like you are physically going through the animation to put the thing into the thing in the thing.
Yeah.
I would assume that demo would just auto reload it and
maybe. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Nuts.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah,
dude, I got it.
Jolting, like this thing is like you can make it an arc.
I can make it whatever I want.
You can just make it like a workhorse.
Yeah.
This thing is crazy.
That's a banger. And it's shiny.
That thing is crazy.
And it's shiny. I don't like Eddy Current. Do you feel like
they did buff it, but like I don't know. I think it's at least usable now, because getting amplified is like not as difficult to do anymore. Maybe, but that's maybe like a this episode.
I guess my thing is like, why would I ever care about like temporarily increasing my reload speed, where in this same slot I could have Envious Arsenal, Demolitionist, Reconstruction.
Oh yeah, like when you're
it's like from a value
to some other things
proposition
totally.
perspective. Like, why would I ever care about having
No,
that?
in this specific case, yeah, I'm vibing.
Yeah, demo killing tally. I think I have the same thing somewhere else potentially, right there.
Yeah, and then yeah,
scrap that, and then.
This is probably one of your weaker ones.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But yeah, you have
these two do
insanely good ones.
And then Recon, Rolling Storm,
yeah,
Envious Rolling Storm.
I think it's okay to bring in a Rolling Storm into the next expansion.
Yeah.
Because I think we'll get a much more clear vision of like, is this perk
actually good? Are we getting baited by the artifact?
Yeah, because
and I have a demo. I have a demo pairing option with it. I have a recon pairing option, and I have an envious pairing option.
So I think going down from 18 to 3 is a good place to be.
I have a bunch of these swords for some reason.
I forget. I think people are doing like duelist trance and something else.
We like spam heavy, basically. I guess.
Yeah, I
definitely don't think.
I kind of fell out of love with like swords a while ago. I don't really pay attention that much to sword.
Neither do I.
Oh, maybe it was Relentless on guard. Was it on guard? It's like you block and you get a bonus.
Quick attacks
after switching to sword. So yeah, so you swap super fast and then you just hit for some on guard bonus damage.
Flash counter's an angle for like the Stronghold Titan build as well, right?
Yeah, if you're doing that,
it like auto procs your Stronghold restoration healing, so we can like hang on to that maybe.
Yeah, I fell out of love with like.
You said Relentless on guard is what it was.
It might have been, yeah. I mean, Relentless is just kind of like unreliable.
Yeah.
Like it's just always gonna be some kind of good, if you got nothing else going on. But yeah, I'm not really the swordsman that I used to be, just because I just find sword gameplay kind of boring now, and like I almost like am trying to look into some more of the unique perks just to change up the gameplay a little bit, because sword gameplay for a while has just been Relentless Strikes, Whirlwind Blade, click, 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 and that's just boring to me.
And it hasn't even really been like that good.
Yeah, right. Like what, second boss of Salvation is like some sword territory, but even then is like I just find it boring, so I haven't really been as engaged.
Hazen is craftable, and I know I have a better one than that, so I can scrap that.
You have the pattern?
No, but I have a really good roll.
Casual. Okay. That's fine.
No,
New corrective measure is not too bad either.
Good roll.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's not adept, but it's fine. No, if you just want to be...
I'm working on getting the pattern.
You just want to be a little casual, but it's it's not adept. What's your pattern progress?
Are you done?
What's your pattern progress?
I don't know.
Isn't Vaulted Glass farmable this week?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't pay attention to that shit at all.
I'm also at your house.
Yeah, but like...
I'm not going to rip Vaulted Glasses while I'm...
Not with that dude. Alright.
Yeah, yes.
Here's a test for you. Here's a test for you. Last year's shinies. I know there's a lot of people out there keeping shinies because they're shiny.
Yep.
They got 0 use.
Yep.
Are these shinies getting some use? That's got a little bit. That has none.
I used this during day 1 Salvation's Edge.
Great. Do you still use it?
I killed the witness.
A lot of people did. Did you kill him with Midnight Coup?
I was using it while during the fight.
Was it the final blow?
No, I was...
Okay, so it's not that special.
I was dead from the final blow.
Jesus. Bro died. Skull emoji.
I forgot. Just
what
verbally saying emoji.
I don't want to just say skull because that's weird.
Dude, I love Frenzy. I wish I had a better perk here. If I could have wait. Why couldn't I get an explosive payload Frenzy?
I mean, Outlaw Frenzy is very 2022 coded. Like, I rock a Firefly 1 for all, and that thing is a beast.
That does sound kind of heat.
But like, no, don't go to the Blast Furnace yet. We're not on that. Outlaw Frenzy. Click on what else is on that thing? Shoot to loot, freaking opening shot. This should have never even made it into your vault, brother. I don't care how shiny it is. PSA 10.
Okay, we're done. It's gone. You can shut up now.
That was a good one. That's the curated, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know why I have this. Yeah, recon. Yeah.
I mean, you have the recon reconstructed.
Yeah.
That's worthy of a keep, even if you haven't touched it.
We can definitely get rid of these Fatebringers because I
Craftable.
should have it crafted, even if I don't already. Deep sight activation is available for it, so I'm gonna hang on to this.
Do you not get all the raid patterns?
No.
Damn. You and Sweat. I just did a vault clean with Sweat, and I was like, and he was like, no, I don't get, like, as soon as I'm done with the raid, like, I'm done. Like, I don't care for the patterns at all. I was like, you guys play this game for money. You guys don't get the patterns for the freaking raid?
Most of the guns are useless.
Don't you need content, man?
What content am I gonna make out of that?
Salvation's Edge.
What YouTube video am I gonna do?
I'm talking streams. You gotta kill some time, man.
No one wants to watch me do Salvation's Edge.
Why not? Salvation's Edge is fun.
Because they want to watch Will It Build.
Okay, well, will it build in Salvation's Edge?
No.
I hear the gears turning.
No.
I hear the gears turning. They're cranking on.
No.
Like an old steel mill
Listen.
in Pennsylvania. That's why they do steel. Pittsburgh, specifically.
Right. Because the Steelers.
Well, but that's where they got their name.
Yeah, I'm aware. Very hard to, like, do voiceover for a Will It Build video if I'm also having to focus on comms for mechanics.
Okay, well, how about this? You do the Will It Build, right? You play the game, you get all your footage, and then you do this thing called write a script, and then you record the voiceover for the gameplay, so that way you can record each thing independently.
I don't know if people would like that. Will It
Why
Build's
not?
Will It Build's like a live thing, part of the charm.
I mean, is it time to evolve?
I'll give it one try.
All right, fine. I'll take one.
Maybe like 3 tries.
All right.
That's
I was. You sold me on the one. You didn't have to keep. It was like a reverse auction.
I want to be fair to both you and the idea.
Okay. I'll take it.
Really just the idea. I don't care about being fair to you. Do you, I love this SMG. I think this SMG bangs.
I have not really used it because I saw the perks on it, and the perks were kind of ass, so I was like,
What?
I don't really care that much.
You don't like the idea of, like, subsistence sword logic?
I don't like sword logic.
I do. It's like perma 20% DPS buff.
Okay, you know it's also perma 20% DPS buff?
Frenzy, but you can't get it on this
No,
one.
not Frenzy, one for all.
You can't get one for all on this.
I know, which is why I don't use it.
Whatever, you're a Mirror Mago hater.
I want like a good one, but I just don't like sword logic.
If we had a top slot, I also like that a lot because this episode was really good because it's Strand SMG and you can get Unraveling Orbs and Horde Shuttle on the artifact.
Mm-hmm.
So it paired nicely with that. If we get a top slot 900 RPM SMG that has one for all and a good first column perk, then we'll get on board that.
Yeah, no, it's like you gotta play with the cards that you're dealt. I understand, but like I can also fold. You know what I mean?
Are glaives good now? Apparently.
They've been good for like a while. It's just that like you gotta know what you're doing with them
I just feel like they're
to pop off.
so boring to use.
They are a little boring, but if you equip the Banner of War aspect, like you will just like not die. Although I am more of a Vex Cal, like I'm finally on the Vex Caliber train.
Okay.
Because that thing's just like printing overshields like crazy. But like when it comes to glaives, I like to use glaive perks on the glaive, like close to melee,
Yeah.
for example, right? Or replenishing Aegis, or melee momentum, or whatever the hell else is on there. Yeah, there you go, melee momentum. So I like if I'm in on the glaive, like I want to be all in on the glaive.
Okay.
But I am by no means a glaive expert, and when I am glaving stuff, I'm on the Vex Cal anyway.
Okay. I'll let the glaives sit and.
Yeah, I don't think I'm qualified.
I'm definitely not either. So we'll give them their.
Yeah.
Their
But at the same
deserved
time, it is like
testing.
are you going to use the glaive or are you going to not use the glaive? Because if you're really not going to use the glaive, why have them?
I got a lot of adamantites.
Yeah.
I don't know what to. I love Slice. I think Slice is super good. I don't know how I feel about Terror.
Sever is an insanely good debuff.
It's broken.
It's an insane debuff.
It might be the best debuff in the game.
It's like, what, minus 40%
Yeah.
damage?
And in
coming
this
out?
particular episode, if you have Disruptor Spike, it goes up to minus 52%.
Yeah.
So and like that works on like bosses and stuff too, which I think a lot because like suspend and freeze and stuff like that doesn't work on bosses, or at least like the crowd control nature of them doesn't, the effects still technically are applied, and like they'll technically freeze and get shattered and whatnot. Like Sever works on bosses like straight up.
Yeah, I mean,
so good.
there's a reason I stick the Sever based fragment on prismatic in
Solitude?
like almost every almost every build that I do, regardless of it makes sense or not, because Sever is just that good.
Yeah.
Now, for putting it on like a support auto, like I really like support autos, but the whole like your damage is like not that good, and they're also not hit scan on enemies and stuff. So I want to use them more, but I rarely feel like I ever need to unless I'm in a really specific circumstance.
I just don't really see like the angle for adamantite. Like I don't know where.
I mean, it's just like it's the only support auto in the kinetic slot.
Okay.
It depends on what you want to do. Like that's why I think so many people like this weapon is like it's very versatile. Like, do you want to do all the healing spam?
Yeah,
you
I
can
guess.
do that. Do you want to go more debuff heavy? You could do that. Do you want to be more offensively minded with a little bit of healing? You can do that.
I'll probably keep one that's more geared towards the healing because like that's the unique pull of this one. If I want to go debuff heavy, there's other weapons I can do that with in the same slot.
I'm on board. I'm on board with that as
So
well.
I'll keep the one that has like, I think it was the reciprocity attrition orbs one is like this plays into the healing role of it. Maybe I'll keep that one.
I would if you are gonna stick with the healing perk, I would probably try to find something other than attrition orbs.
Attrition orbs because it doesn't make sense along with the healing perk.
Yeah, it's just kind of tough to proc.
What else we got there? Yeah, we can get rid of the rest of these.
Yeah, like I want to like them more. I just don't feel like there's as many places in the game that I want to use them. But the actual act of using it and like watching your teammates' health just like shoot up to 100 is like really satisfying.
Yeah, especially in more like dangerous content as well.
Yeah, I was using it Salvation's Edge day one. I was like, no, I'm healing you, man. The boss is gonna kill you.
Actually makes
It's
yeah.
fun.
I saw a lot of people trying it out for Right of the Nine in the Perseus boss fight.
Oh, yeah,
so like if the Wyvern was like beaming you or you had a supplicant running at you and you were like anything less than 100%,
yeah,
problem solved. Deep side activation, it's available.
this is, I mean,
I've been working anytime that Presage is available. I have been working on getting these.
so you don't get like the patterns for like everything in every episode. Why not? It's not that hard.
I know. Laziness, I guess. I'll wait till Presage comes back around. Wait till Presage comes back around. I can run that, and then I'll get the.
You're not even gonna use the thing anyway. At this point, you're not even gonna use it.
And that's why I don't like go and hunt down a ton of.
I know, but it's like at the time, man. It's just like something to go do, kill some time, talk with the chat. That's all I'm saying.
I do that. I just don't hunt for red borders when I do that.
Right. You're like the opposite of Sweat, who, I mean, like besides the raid crafted, he had like one of every crafted that he has ever gotten in his vault, like leveled up. But he did it for Shuro Chi, and I was like, "What are you like? Why are you leveling all? Like, why are you leveling the Fel Teradiddle at Shuro Chi?" He's like, "I got nothing else to do." I'm like, "Play something else, man. What are you doing?"
It sounds like you can't make up your mind as to what, because you're mad at him for leveling up crafted weapons, but then you're also mad at me for not getting the patterns for the crafted weapons.
There's an in between. And that's what I do. Is like I'll get the patterns.
That is kind of crazy. Leveling up Fel Teradiddle.
That's what he had.
The Witch Queen.
The Witch Queen bow.
Destination bow.
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, I'm just
At
leveling this.
Shuro
I
Chi.
got nothing else to do. I'm just gonna hang out in Shuro Chi." My man, go
That was
outside.
back in the day when you needed all the materials.
Yeah, I'm in the in between. I'll get all the patterns, but like I'm not gonna make all of them. I just like having the access, even though like 25% of them are the only things I'm ever gonna freaking use. You have 2 still hunts.
Dual wield.
You cannot dual wield. You and I know this. All right, we have a lot of these swords here. We gotta get rid of some ergo sums, I think.
Do we? I have like 8.
Yeah, which is a lot.
I think we just think the palindromes
I mean,
are
we
more
do gotta
pressing.
get rid of some palindromes.
What's the deal with fusion rifles?
What is the deal with fusion? What's the deal with fusion? He never said that, by the way. You know that?
Who never said what?
What? Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, I know. He never said what's the deal with fusion rifles.
Okay. I was asking if you knew. No, not if you. No, I'm saying like, what's the deal with blank? He never like said that. Like how Randy Jackson on American Idol was like, that's gonna be a no from me, Doc. He never said that.
Really?
Do you even use the palindrome?
No.
So why are you keeping all these?
I thought they were gonna be good.
Half of these are the same ones.
Yeah, that's true. Wasn't there like an issue where like explosive payload was not working properly with Magnificent Howl or Master of Arms, something like that?
Brother, if you think I'm keeping track of that, you got the wrong guy here. Like I've given up on keeping track of like every minute little bug that has happened in the game now, because like half the game is bugged at any given moment. And I'm like, no, man, I don't remember if explosive payload is not working properly with Master at Arms on Palindrome, man. I don't know.
Is Firefly Volt Shot an angle?
I mean, you do have the bonus reload speed from Firefly, so you're hitting some headshots.
It's also a dungeon weapon, so like that's a pain to
regrind. It's a dungy weapon, but I will again go back to the well.
Ooh.
When are you gonna use it?
I'll get rid of this because I can get a better one of these from Random Line.
So you don't even have like a palindrome in your arsenal that you're using?
Nope. Okay, let's keep an explosive payload mag howl.
How about an explosive bow? Mag, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Cut that.
And then we'll keep a Rolly Storm, and then we'll keep a Moa.
For what purpose? There's another one. Delete that one.
Yeah.
That's a third one.
Yeah. No, they're all. This is like. I know it doesn't look like it, but these are like the filtered ones.
So you got it down to like 13 from like 400.
I did a lot of runs that one.
This one at least has a shader on it. You thought about maybe using it one time.
Actually, the reason this one is a shader is because this was the one I got for my very first run, and so when I made my video of like, hey, you want to know how to get the palindrome, I put a shader on it so it looked prettier, so people would
think that you used it.
No, so that people
would
would
be... I do that shit sometimes.
No.
I will... No
I mean, you can very clearly tell I didn't use it.
No meme, though. I will sometimes farm kills on some weapons to make it seem like I used it a shitload, when in reality I like barely use it at all, but I still know what I'm talking about, because I know what I'm talking about, because I've
forgotten more things than you will ever learn about this game.
Jesus Christ.
That's
I'm an honest guy.
That's psychopathic.
Yeah, but it makes people think that I know what I'm talking about.
No, I put the shader on it because it makes the gun look prettier and more desirable. So they're like, ooh, maybe I do want to go and get that weapon, and I will watch the rest of this guide video so I can go and get that pretty looking weapon.
Yeah.
No, not so that I can trick people into thinking that I know what I'm doing with a weapon.
See, that's your loss. We have made it to your 550 goal, by the way.
Yeah, we have. Let's like burn a couple more and then we're kind of chilling.
I never answered your question about what's the deal with fusion rifles. They're good. Answer, they're good. Answer, fusion rifles, good.
Am I ever going to use a fusion rifle other than scatter signal? With slice and...
I mean, well, that's not in the
I know.
slot.
Like,
I mean, would you use that one? Probably not.
I don't even know what's good on fusion rifles these days.
I mean, nowadays it's like controlled burst or reservoir burst with appropriate accoutrement in the first column.
Because like reservoir burst is like add clear stuff, right?
I mean, well, it
Oh no, it deals additional damage.
Yeah, you deal additional damage, and if you have some sort of like overflow type tech, you can get a bunch of bigger shots off. But I think mainly
all of these ones that I have kind of suck. I'll keep this one, I guess, as reservoir. I shouldn't keep it.
You really should. Yeah, you just. But no, they're good. But like you gotta set up for it a little bit more.
Archer's Tempo Dead.
It's fine. I am not the biggest double fire grenade launcher enjoyer.
I think they're horrible.
I think they're mainly like this one in particular. I think people would think is good because it's combos with some sort of envious arsenal loadout where you would need to cycle through all of your weapons to trigger some sort of bait and switch type thing.
If you have a rocket that also has envious arsenal and bait and switch, then you're
right. So you're just like cycling through really quick, and this has Vorpal, so you're dealing bonus boss damage. This thing has got bait and switch. Auto loading, it would probably trigger just depending on what you do, but if you're cycling like really fast, there's not that much of an internal timer to worry about versus auto loading holster, which is 3 seconds. Right?
And like how many shots am I really good enough with bait and switch procced if I'm
on this
waiting
thing,
for auto loading to proc?
Yeah. The whole point is to use this as a vehicle to reload the thing that you're actually DPSing with, but it's just nice to have a little.
The one with Vorpal is probably the best situation.
Yeah.
Like, I know destabilizing, destabilizing repulsor, but it's like, when is that ever like actually?
Yeah, it's not like, I don't know. I full admission, I have not like played specifically with that combo on a double fire GL. So like maybe it's goated for all I know. Like I haven't played with it, but I also know that like if something's really good and really popular, information spreads fast.
We'll make our way to it.
Someone would have said something.
Yeah.
It would have been like all over Reddit and Twitter and videos. People were like, this is the goated freaking double fire grenade launcher. Like, info travels fast. People don't keep things a secret.
Yeah, I don't really need Envious Assassin bait and switch on a linear, but Rewind bait and switch does seem good.
I did so much testing on Scintillation when it first came out.
See, this is why these things piss me off. I never remember which coils or which...
I'm gonna let you in on a little hint.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter that much at all. Like, there's only a very population of people already within like a subpopulation of people that I think needs to care about it.
Yeah.
I think I told people for Scintillation, I was like, I think I said like firing line and like rewind, or just like something like that.
Rewind bait, rewind firing line.
It's just like the easiest thing, because like the difference of DPS between firing line and like bait and switch was like just small percentage points that, sure, you know, if you really want to min-max, cool.
But for 99.9% of players, it's never going to make a difference.
It's not going to make a difference, and it's easier to do. You're not going to be fumbling over like, oh, my bait and switch fell off. I got to switch my, I didn't reload the thing. Oh, I got to reload this now. Just sit there with the firing line 20% and just boom, 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 and just, that's the end of it. Because you're going to do more damage doing the thing you're comfortable with, as opposed to doing less damage with the thing you're uncomfortable with, even if it can result in more damage. And then when you get better, cool.
Right.
5:30. I mean, I think there's a lot of work that we could still do, but
there's more trim.
We're at like 50 minutes now.
I agree with the exotic class item situation. I just want to wait till Renegades and see what their solutions are. Okay. I have 170 slots.
Yeah, we did free up a lot of slots.
We'll live.
And I think you can free up even more.
I can definitely free up even more if I look at, like, if I really dig into, like, the stat differences between some of these.
Yeah. That's
after
just, like,
after week 1, honestly, most of these could probably get deleted now, but
yeah,
without a shadow of a doubt, if not now, after week 1 of Edge of Fate, pretty much all of these legendary armor pieces are going to go, because they're going to get soft sunset, pseudo sunset by ones with set bonuses and ones that are higher armor tiers, so we'll be good to go in that regard. A couple of these weapons just doesn't really hurt to have a couple of dupes. I mean, that's what the vault is for at the end of the day.
Yeah, like, I don't know. If we really wanted to, like, go through every single one of these weapons piecemeal, I'm sure there's some stuff that we could, like, the freaking extraordinary rendition at the top of the screen, like, is that special to you? Hover over this thing. 1900, overflow 1 for all. It's not bad, but, like, I know you ain't touched this thing.
Yeah. Actually, and the thing is, I despise overflow on primary ammo weapons.
That's fair.
It's like my least favorite perk in the entire game on primary ammo weapons.
Yeah.
It was good when we didn't have infinite primary ammo and we could pick up primary ammo bricks, which were extremely common, to proc overflow on said primary ammo weapons, but now we can't do that.
So all I'm hearing is that you despise this weapon and it's still in your vault.
It's gone now.
We can go through every single thing and find some more stuff to delete. I'll let you do that on your own time. Exotics are kind of the same thing. It's like, you know, either make a build and see what Destiny armor picker, D2 armor picker says to pick,
which
or
one
just
it pulls,
or vibe it, or just be like, which one of these looks good? This one. Delete the other one. Fine, done.
Cool. We're in a good spot then.
About 130 slots, because you're at 663.
Something like that.
And 529. Yeah, so 134, something like that.
Cool.
Good job.